Hi, I'm Daniel. In some places, I appear as DanLink, username on almost all my social networks and some video games. You can also find me under this channel's name, WeCode. I'm a 24-year-old programmer who still doesn't feel prepared for the world of coding, even being in a full code company. Imposter syndrome? I'll tell you. Well, I already worked for several years as a call center agent in recognized companies located in my country, Costa Rica, and the frustration that working in a call center generated led me to look for another way to find a job. Years ago, I had been studying basic programming things, more as a hobby than anything else. But seeing how uncomfortable I felt in the call center and the stress it generated in me, in the year 2022 I decided to study programming almost full time. Because I didn't have much time since I arrived home at 8 p.m. and had to get up at 4:30 a.m. the next day to go to work. My full study time was approximately 4 hours a day before I fell asleep. With all the little study time and a few hours of sleep, I decided to leave work for a while due to extreme allergies due to stress and continuous headaches. I promised myself to study day and night, take advantage of all the time possible to learn web development, and not leaving my room, metaphorically, until I found a well-paid job in the programming area or something a little more related to the topic. Something I haven't told you is that while I was working in the call center, a relative referred me to a company where he worked. The position was in the programming area. It didn't require much, just basic HTML and CSS and a bit of JavaScript knowledge, since the type of programming they did was not rocket science. Having this first approach to a possible interview in the programming area also gave me the courage to get out of work for a while and dedicate a few months to study, even though I knew I clearly had things to pay for. Was my strategy useful? Well, yes. Now I have found a job at the programming company thanks to that reference. Now I have a position that requires intermediate logical thinking, but I don't know. I've been feeling uncomfortable lately. Not with my job, not with my wage, but with me. By studying so quickly to achieve this position, I skipped some basic things that I should already know. It made me skip basic of logical reasoning that programming needs, and even worse, I didn't enjoy the process. Everything, absolutely everything, felt like a huge burden that I had to complete in record time. That is why I decided to make this channel and review basic concepts of web development, to go further, to enjoy the process of learning, to fail and improve, to share tips for whoever needs it, and to force myself not to be mediocre in knowledge, but to be a specialist in my area. I have made a story calendar for 2024 starting on January the 1st. I don't go to any university or anything, but I use Platzi. This is the study tool that has accompanied me for 4 years and a companion that helped me to get a job. Basically, all I have left is to have discipline, fail and get back up, and see my measurable progress every 3 months, which I feel is a good time to see short-term improvement. If you're just starting out in the world of programming, you are welcome. If you have experience coding for several years, you are welcome. And if you are already a senior or retired, you are welcome too. This is a channel for everyone without exception, and you can give yourself the freedom to ask, refute, and give your opinion on everything that is beneficial to the community. As you may know, this is not my first language, so it has been a real tough time for me to record this in English because my first language is Spanish, but well, here I am trying to speak in English. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I'll see you in the next video.